Good morning. I am headed to work. I'm riding and thinking. The last little video I posted was I was about to go to a funeral. Yesterday actually, and it was a beautiful service, and afterwards we gathered at the cemetery, and I don't know if everywhere they do it, but they do it here. They'll set up a large tent over the grave, and they'll set up chairs for the family, and the family sits under the tent, and then friends and everything kind of gather around, and that's what we did yesterday. The weather was bright, sunshiny, and it was warm, and it was breezy. It wasn't terribly, it wasn't uncomfortable. It wasn't too hot yet. But the family sat under the tent and under the shade, and the friends and everything, we gathered around. Done it probably 30 times in my adult life have I gone to a graveside. And but the preacher this time, he said a very common scripture in a very different way, and it got me to thinking. What he said was he wanted to open up with Psalms 23. Excuse me. Excuse me. And he said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." And he said, "A shadow. That's like shade." He says, we're under the tent, so we're in the shade, and it's better than being out there in the bright, bearing down heat sunshine. He said, so it's nothing to fear. And I thought, that's a good message. That's a real good message. But it got me to thinking a little bit differently. Just a little bit of a shadow, not as shade, but as a shadow. Have you ever heard of someone who shadow boxes? He's fighting shadows. He's not going to win. He's not going to lose, because there's nothing in the shadows. Little kids are afraid of shadows on their wall at night, because the shadows look like things that could be scary until they get older and realize that there's nothing there. So that got me thinking. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Death stings those that are living, but the person that died, they realize there's nothing to fear. It's just a shadow. It's just the absence of light. The absence of full-blown light. But God's right there with us the whole time. You are with me. As soon as before she drew her last breath, God's everywhere. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere at all times. He was with her. She did not have to fear going into the scary shadow, because he was right there with her. Man, that was powerful. And I just wanted to share that with anyone else who may be suffering. That was really powerful to me. So I hope that encourages someone. God bless. Have a great day.